So today we have another moderation to the Artemis pp750. Y'all gonna go on this journey with me. So we're gonna put a power plenum, which will add more volume. This has a gauge for the regulator, which this is regulated, but it's internal. Everything's internal, has a hammer spring adjustable, so forth and so on. Inside this shroud, there's an 11-inch barrel. So what's going to happen here is we're going to take that 11-inch barrel out and put a 14-inch barrel with a carbon sleeve. Oh, look how beautiful that thing is. So, take that out. And this right here is threaded M10. So, I have an adapter for Donnie FL that's supposed to fit this, so you can put on your favorite moderator. But if you have a Diana Storm Rider, a Bandit, or Diana Storm Rider, Bandit, and something else, whatever moderator that has directly fits this. So we're gonna start taking it apart. This is also a Danny Fell. This is also a Donnie FL adapter here, so I was able to put a moderator. I'm gonna use a strap wrench because I don't want to put anything onto the metal that will scratch it already more than what it already has. So let's see if we could try this. Put the strap wrench on, do the hokey pokey, and it's out. Oh no, not that part. Got to thread it. Broke it open. And this is on, I don't know how long this barrel, this shroud's about 11 inches, but I don't know exactly how long is the barrel, but it has baffles in it. And that's supposed to be the only noise dampening device that it has. But we about to eliminate all that. So I took out the baffles. I'm about to take out the shroud, but first I'm gonna degas it because I am gonna add this. I'm gonna change the O-ring in this gauge here. This part and these parts are notorious for air leaks. So try to, even though this is a beautiful gun and it's cheap and it's accurate and it's fun to shoot, it has its little flaws. So I'm gonna degas it, degassing tool, put this here, and just start off slow, because if this O-ring wasn't going to be changed, you want to do it slowly because it swells up as soon as you start to degas it. You heard the pop? Didn't have that much air to begin with. So I took out the gauge, I put a little bit of Teflon tape on, and here's the O-ring that you need. This is 11mm outer diameter and 1.5. So I'm gonna put this on, screw it back, and I'm gonna start taking things apart. So I could put the barrel on, then I'm gonna put the power block on. That, put it down the EFL, put it back together, and see what happens. Run some numbers through the chrony and see how fast it's spitting these pellets out. So everything unscrews. It's on hand tight, but it was under pressure, so I used a strap wrench so you won't scratch anything up. So I unscrewed the shroud, I unscrewed the air tank, I also screwed it from the regulator itself, then checked the inside to see if it had any moisture, because sometimes when you use compressors, you know, some of that dirty air is no good. Physically look at the O-ring, see if it's okay, evaluate it a little bit. It doesn't look bad, so I could probably change it because I have an O-ring kit, and we're gonna compare O-rings. This one is a tad bit stretch, but we're gonna keep this one. It's not bad. And take out these screws. I took out the ones in the back, and I'm about to attach that. So you're gonna have to take out this block to replace it with this one. So this one has 1, 2, 3 Allen screws. So once I take them out, and you're gonna have to use the old O-ring onto the new apparatus. So I find it easier just to take out the old barrel, just getting replaced. Look at the size difference. Look at the size difference. A carbine for real. So now you're able to take the block off easier. So here's what the old block looks like, and this is the O-ring that goes there and the O-ring that goes in the back. So I'm gonna just take this O-ring and put it on. So here's the old block, new block. Look at the volume on that. all machined. Get it from West. Air Guns and Archery Fun of Canada. So here it is complete. The power block. The new 14-inch barrel, carbon sleeve, and I have the Donnie FL adapter on it so I could fit my Donnie FL Tonto. So I'm gonna run some Coney numbers and see if it gave it power or not. So I'm gonna put slugs in this anyway. But here's a new power block with a regulator, and it says that the regulator is set at 100. So run some numbers. So let's see if it reads these numbers.
$824.
Sheesh.
$818. $811. $810. $821. $813. $823. $803.
So I must be falling underneath the reg. I already shot it a few times, but you get the idea. So here it is complete. Well, I changed the scope. So it was the Optisen. So I'm gonna put the Bug Buster UTG on there with the rings, but I wasn't able to because once I did the modification and I put this power block here with a regulator gauge. It's regulated at 100. The first thing I did to this when I first purchased it about 3 years ago was change the airport. So I believe the airport was at 1.8 millimeters, and the one that I replaced, this is before I even knew how to do anything. I didn't even know how to shoot the guns, to be honest with you. I had bought a little hand pump with it, and I found it a little difficult to pump this thing. Not too difficult, but I had one of them little cheapo chapos, and it was like I don't know how many stage, one stage pump, which I still have. I love that thing. Could fill up the Diana Storm Rider like nothing. But anyway, so this does have a regulator in it, which this power block, I got this from Air Guns and Archery Fun of Canada. I actually got the gun there too, the Artemis pp750. If you see what that looks like and what this looks like now, oh my god, carbon fiber, I mean, it's a nice little carbine. Look at that. Has little Picatinny rails on the and it just has a nice little smooth action. So, like I said before, that's the first thing I did. Before I even shot the gun, changed it from, you know, overseas like Canada or England to regular. And then I did the little 3D printed mod this, something that connected there, but I took off just for the this factor here, and this power, and now this power block. I showed you in the video the numbers that I got. I wish I would have took numbers before I put the power block, but I didn't. And once you took the shroud off, you lost a little real estate that the shroud had. It's a slip-on cover, and you'll be able to scope your pistol. But here, what I so you lost that scope part, and all you had was, you had it here, the 11 millimeter dovetail. So this whole time, which I just received in the mail on Friday, I was waiting for this. So this is where the sight, the rear sight used to be. You take that off so you'll be able to scope it from here and the shroud. But now that the shroud ain't here, all you had was here. So this was left empty. I ordered a part, which is a titanium plate that also makes that into 11 millimeter dovetail. So now I've added that. I put the O-ring because I had to use my old O-ring, and that thing was chewed up when I took it out. So I just changed the O-ring yesterday while I was chilling on the porch with Mom Dukes, and I added the plate. So now I'm going to scope it and see what it looks like complete. All done, sitting pretty. So, quick rundown. The modification is, I took out the shroud. It had the 9-ish inch barrel. Now it has a 14 with a carbon sleeve shroud over it. Power block with a regulator gauge on it. UTG bug buster that I originally had on Diana Storm Rider, but I traded what I had on this for that. Swapped it real quick. And it has an adjustable cheek rest, and the butt pad too, but that comes stock with this rod that goes in and out. So, you know, check the Artemis pp750 out if you haven't seen one, and see and compare it to this now. Peace.